The build started earlier this year and hopefully we should be in January.
When it rains heavily, we have buckets under corners and, we know the spots now, so we can put our rain buckets and they get full.
Around about February.
February, yes.
We had a constant drip coming through the electrics from the light.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's got there's a big central courtyard with lots of natural light. I think the rooms will be bigger. You can see today we're in a tiny little cupboard of a room.
It's going to be good for recruitment for young doctors, for the other clinicians. It's going to be good for the administrative staff, and it's got to be good for the patients.
I think everybody should be excited.
We've been looking for at least the last 10 years to find somewhere.
I think being a GP in the NHS is, one of the best things. We want to be able to look after people from cradle to grave, but in a modern world, that means having the space to do it.
Our list size increased significantly and has done over the years. Since I've been here, we've been growing. We've needed a new building long before that happened.
Modern buildings now have such tight controls for eco-credentials, so we're hoping that it will be a much more environmentally friendly way of, heating and lighting and maintaining a building.
The demands are much greater. A lot of care has moved out of secondary care into primary care. People are getting older, people are getting more chronic diseases.
When I started, for example, there were probably, I think, about 6 partners and not really very many sort of trainee doctors, maybe 1 or 2 coming along. It's all very cosy, much more like a family GP practice.
GP practices are slightly more like hubs for other services now. So, we have all sorts of people working here who never would have been there as part of the original practice. We have physios on a regular basis. We have social prescribers, we have health and wellbeing coaches, as well as your advanced nurse practitioners, nurses, pharmacists, and we want to be able to house all of these people to be able to offer a really holistic care that's fit for the modern landscape.
So we've expanded all the different types of roles that we have because, and we've increased the number of clinicians that we have here. Still, we struggle to keep up with demand. There's just not enough room for people.
Going up the road, it will be a good move.
I think a safer, more comfortable space for both staff and patients, where we're hoping to be able to offer a wider range of services.
The Portico offers us at least twice as many rooms. It means that we are part of Hackney Marsh's primary care network with 4 other practices, and the whole of the primary care network is struggling for space. It means that we can employ staff that can cover all of those other practices and offer expanded services.
We want to be able to offer the kind of groups that people are interested in at the moment. So at the moment we're offering Tai Chi, and we have patients who've started their own book groups and crochet clubs, and we've also want to be able to offer other groups that people want to do. For example, there are some patients who want to start a choir. That would be great, but we've got nowhere to host them at the moment.
I do volunteer. GP, invited us to be part of the group, which is called Coffee Morning and all different activities. Let me tell you, it has been very, very helpful to me. Yeah, very helpful.
So the move will benefit our staff, definitely, because this place is dated, it leaks, it's hot in the summer, it's cold in the winter. But more importantly, we will be able to offer expanded services for our patients.
I think everybody should be excited. I think it's going to be really good. I think it will be more comfortable for the staff. I think it means working in a great building. We hope that will then attract the best people to want to work for us, and we're hoping that going forward it's going to be good for everybody.